Ladies and gentlemen, bout 2 is a super fight over 3 two-minute rounds, matched at 55k, as sponsored by TPM Security. Would you welcome first, into the blue corner, Jamil Grant. Would you welcome his opponent into the red corner, Curtis Hughes. This is a super fight matched at 55k, and in the blue corner, he weighed in at 54.7k. He has a 6-fight record, 2 wins and 4 losses. He represents the Renegade Gym, Jamil Grant. And his opponent in the red corner. He weighed in at 55.3k. He also has a 6-fight record with 5 wins and only 1 loss. Representing the Storm Gym, Curtis Hughes. Your referee, Mr. Chris Batchelder.
So the action continues here at the Super Fight Series. 3 rounds of 2 minutes apiece. A super fight at 55 kilograms. Out of the blue corner, Jamil Grant, and the red corner, Curtis Hughes. Should be a very intriguing style. Hughes with a full contact kickboxing background, and Grant, a very athletic, aggressive striker.
And it should be very fast-paced, this one, Chris. Matched at 55k, 2 very athletic, young, fast men. And the Renegade Gym just beginning to make a real reputation for itself. Anthony Ferguson in the corner there with the baseball cap on, a superb fighter himself in some absolute wars at the highest level. So the coaching staff, then you look over to the Storm Gym with Amir Subasic. So these are 2 well-schooled young men as well.
Nice kicking game so far on tap from Hughes, but the aggressive straight punches of Jamil Grant certainly putting in work. And the kicking style is very different from both guys. You can see the way that Grant is happy to chop to those legs, but the sort of trajectory of Hughes definitely reminiscent of that points fighting, waist-up rules kickboxing background.
That's right, and as you said it again there, Grant looking to walk Hughes down and take that mobility and base. And he stays in the pocket. You see how quickly he walks down in the game, tucks up tight for the responses and chops at that lead leg. Now Hughes coming back, but I had a feeling, Chris, this would be the pace. When you look at the weight of these 2 men and their records, they're experienced now, they're light, they're fast on the feet, and this pace has been electric across this opening round.
Yeah, it's been a 60-second advertisement for why you need to watch the lighter weight classes, really in any combat sport, just because the pace, the technique, the accuracy, the work rate. Lots of low kicks from both guys, but for me, the thing to watch is the footwork. Grant, a little bit more traditional Thai style, shuffling in, lots of half steps, but the switch hitting from Hughes is just beautiful. He really loads up with power in a totally different way.
Well, you talk about the switching. There's a beautiful straight right hand, left leg combination from Jamil Grant that snapped the head back of Hughes. But, you know, they've both got good support here. And Hughes, again, as you said, that left, right, teeing up there. Look, keeping his man in pocket. And the final shot, the left leg, the lead leg of Hughes to the midsection of Grant. But an incredibly fast-paced opening, Chris, with some superb technique. And as you said, Grant set his stall out early, looking to take the legs.
Here we can see some of those beautiful trades and I think Hughes is starting to take note of the fact that Grant wanted to go after him with those low chopping kicks. Of course, stepping in off that popping jab, but the head movement, even leaning away from the punch, Hughes showing a lot of great stuff with his control and more importantly, I think his footwork, which kept him in position most of the time, despite eating some shots.
That's right, Chris. It's the accuracy of Hughes on the counter. Grant, very aggressive. He said, comes forward, throws the shots freely. But when you are throwing shots freely like that, you are susceptible to the counter and open to it, vulnerable if you like. And that's what I find Hughes is doing well. It's giving him the timing and the range to pick Grant off as he comes in. That's not saying Grant's not in it, because as we saw right at the end there, he's having success. And that's what's making this one so good. It's a great start.
Yeah, so 2 of a scheduled 3 here, and for me, this could come down to who's able to chop away at that base, Mel. A lot of guys using the footwork and mobility and the speed, and that's important when you've got your legs intact, but also be able to sit down and punches and load up for power.
Well, Chris, it's twofold. You and I have seen just like this. Now, not only does it score, but eventually it takes away the mobility and the ability to kick back as well. So there's so many levels that works on. And for the first time, you saw Hughes lifting the leg. But look at the pace again. This is punch for punch. No wonder the crowd are going wild on this one. Only back 2 and listen to that.
Grant doing a great job here of cutting down the ring and disallowing the mobility of Hughes, which I think he would like. Hughes wants his back to space in the middle of the ring, and Grant knows this right now. So we're seeing that strategy unfold. But you can sort of, oh, beautiful parry there. Love the work that we're seeing. Super technical Thai style here from Grant. Leg kicks are money in the bank. It's an investment that pays off. It pays dividends in the later rounds. And I love the fact that we've only got 3 to play with here. The pace has just been remarkable.
Well, you look at their records, and the record is there for Hughes, but Grant has really taken this back by the scruff here. He's kept in actual range. Now, the first time he stayed in the pocket, Hughes comes forward with the knee, but Grant is the one asking the questions. Now, a lot of the time, Hughes has got the answers, but this is, and he felt that finally, Chris. That is the tenacious attitude of Jamil Grant I was just alluding to, and now he's given Curtis Hughes the count here, and it's that tenacious staying in the pocket, as you said, chopping with the legs, keeping the shots coming over the top. Big round.
Big round indeed. Make that 10-8 in favor of Jamil Grant. It was a competitive first. I had him slightly edging it. For me, this is huge.
Yes, and he's working away again. Now, Hughes steps out of the way of that shot this time. But for me, as I said, he had excellent counters, but Grant was relentless in his approach. Set up with those low kicks, and then got his just reverse. Now, Hughes comes back strongly right at the end of the round, but a big, big round for Grant there. All set up, as you alluded to, from the chopping kicks that takes the base of Curtis Hughes before he starts his other work.
So taking a look at some of the action here, we could see that aggression and that control. And then that beautiful dig, you could see the right just looping in. Here another angle on that, stepping it off the jab and then loading up for the right, turning everything over, turning the punch over beautifully. And that delayed reaction, Curtis Hughes felt that punch, and really the aftershock of it, you can see all the evidence there. Body shots, they take everything out of you. And for me, that's a 10-8 round, Jamil Grant.
Yes, it was a huge body shot right to the ribcage. Slight delayed reaction there from Hughes. But the thing is now, if Jamil Grant is sensible, Chris, he carries on with those chopping kicks up and down, so Hughes doesn't know where that comes next before he targets that ribcage again.
Third and final round here at the Your Call. Chris Hoekstra alongside Malcolm Martin coming to you live for the Super Fight Series. Great to have your company here this afternoon. You got to wonder whether or not Curtis is still hurt from those kicks and that body shot. I mean, his corner went to work and really seemed to slow down the breathing. He looks pretty fresh here, but he needs a big round or a stoppage in my estimation.
Well, you saw Grant again landed to that rib cage. He's looking for that right hand to the body now. He'll need to set it up. He'll need to be patient. Get Hughes thinking about something else, but all the time, Grant is still walking forward. Hughes needs to do this. He needs to go for broke, stay in the pocket, and push Jamil Grant back. He has to get those points back, Chris, and he's doing the right tactics at the moment. This is just the right thing to do.
Nice boxing here. Big left to the left to the right. Oh, he's wrapped him. Jamil Grant backing up to the ropes. That's a count, baby. Oh, yeah.
It was the right tactics, Chris. He had to. And Amir will have told him in his corner, go straight forward. Now, Jamil has got the count. This has turned it on its head again, because trust me, Curtis Hughes will come straight across and do exactly the same thing now.
Whoa! It's a fight in London. He's working him in the corner, Malcolm. He's going to go to this stoppage here, perhaps a count. Man, survival mode for Jamil Grant. Good coverage. He got himself out of the corner. Hughes is going to gun for it now.
It was the tactical change. He'd been hurt in the second. He could not allow Jamil Grant to keep coming forward and setting it up. He's taken the sting from him and now looking for the kill himself. It was just the right tactics. And now it's an absolute slugfest here in the corner.
His corner are calling for that body shot. They want him to punch to the head, get him to cover high, and then dig low. Look at this. Hughes looking for that body shot again.
But now Hughes in ascendancy, that body shot won't have the same impact. He's buoyed again, he's fresh again from his own knockdown. It's back to square one, and that right hand over the top. Jamil is rocking and rolling now, left to right. He doesn't know where it's coming from next. Huge turnaround for Curtis Hughes here in the third. And do you know what? Now it all depends on how the judges saw that opening round, Chris.
Make that 10-8. Curtis Hughes, third round, 10-8. Second round, Jamil Grant. It's going to come down to that first round, Malcolm. What a beautiful fight. And what an amazing future for both guys in this weight class, showing off beautifully their skills in all areas.
It had everything, Chris. It had a really even opening round very fast. But this is where Hughes had to come back. He couldn't allow Jamil Grant to dominate in the pocket and the pace, so he came back at him. And once he had him on the hook, he kept him there. There's the shot that Chris Bachador's seen enough. It was great tactical change from the Storm Gym.
Yeah, it's great refereeing there from Chris. He was watching very carefully. And here, I'll show you the shot. Uppercut, left, right, left, and there, that's the one. That was that right hook that he rocked him with earlier. Beautiful stuff. He went for it again, couldn't get the second count, but it's on a knife edge. Malcolm Martin with the official announcement here momentarily at ringside from your call for Super Fight Series.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the official announcement, as you realize, what a war from these two men every single round. And these two warriors have taken us to a majority decision. But that decision is in favor of the blue corner, Jamil Grant.
Curtis.